Hey guys, let's get more news about Lakers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Bill Belichick questions Brian Daboll's role in Giants' Saquon Barkley decision. Choosing Daniel Jones over Saquon Barkley is likely to ultimately sink the regime of general manager Joe Schoen and head coach Brian Daboll, but Bill Belichick isn't convinced Daboll was on board with Schoen's decision to let Barkley leave the New York Giants. Belichick gave his view on an edition of the Pat McAfee Show after Barkley and his new team the Philadelphia Eagles trampled all over the Giants for a 28-3 win in Week 7. Six-time Super Bowl-winning head coach Belichick questioned what he saw when the Giants were discussing Barkley's future ahead of 2024 NFL free agency on HBO's Hard Knocks. In Belichick's opinion, "I don't think Daboll wanted to get rid of Saquon, and I certainly don't think John Mara wanted to get rid of Saquon. I mean, it just seemed like kind of a general manager thing of well, we don't think anybody'll pay him." When kinda everybody in the league knew that he was going to go to the Eagles, but anyway. I don't think everybody was on the same page on that. At least it didn't appear that way from Hard Knocks, which honestly, I'm surprised they even let that air with that kind of tone being on it. Belichick, whose decorated history with the Giants includes winning 2 Super Bowls as defensive coordinator in 1986 and 1990, is the most illustrious voice questioning a decision that seems to have blown up in the faces of every major decision-maker at MetLife Stadium. What's interesting is whether Belichick is right about Daboll not being sold on parting ways with 2-time Pro Bowl running back Barkley. Perhaps Belichick is merely defending one of his former coaches? Daboll had 2 stints as an assistant on Belichick's staff with the New England Patriots, coaching wide receivers then tight ends. Is Daboll a victim of a GM determined to enforce his own agenda? Or is Daboll equally as culpable as Schoen for letting Barkley walk and pinning the Giants' hopes on struggling quarterback Jones? It's difficult to know for sure, but there are good reasons to believe Daboll endorsed Schoen's decision. Reasons like Daboll making his name in coaching circles as somebody able to develop quality quarterbacks. That's what he did for Josh Allen as offensive coordinator for the Buffalo Bills. Allen went from the 7th player selected in the 2018 NFL Draft to an All-Pro and Pro Bowler on Daboll's watch. The progression of Allen earned Daboll the job with the Giants in 2022. He quickly rewarded the faith by helping Jones enjoy a career year en route to a postseason berth and playoff win. Things have regressed significantly since, but Daboll took over play calling this offseason. He also got former Bills running back Devin Singletary to replace Barkley before the Giants drafted wide receiver Malik Nabers 6th overall. It's reasonable to assume Daboll backed himself to salvage Jones and still to develop the dual-threat QB the way he had Allen. Especially when Daboll is sticking by Jones as his starter. Further support for the idea Daboll was, in fact, on board with letting Barkley test the market comes from CEO Mara's comments during the offseason. The co-owner told reporters, "You let the GM and the coach, particularly if they have a unified conviction, make the decision and be about it later. I wasn't crazy about it at the time, I didn't want to lose him. But I understood what their philosophy was, per SNY.TV's Giants videos." Lakers trade pitch swaps D'Angelo Russell, picks for $20 million dunk machine. For a team boasting Anthony Davis and LeBron James at the forefront of its roster, the Los Angeles Lakers were quiet this offseason. Outside of drafting Bronny James and Dalton Knecht, they've avoided operating outside of the margins. Could it be that Rob Pelinka and the Lakers front office are waiting for more options to present themselves down the line? Michael Pina of The Ringer invested in that hypothetical in a column making 22 bold predictions for the upcoming NBA season. Pina predicted that Cleveland Cavaliers center Jarrett Allen will be traded mid-season. And that Los Angeles, amongst other teams, have the means to land him. Lakers receive, Allen. Cleveland receives, D'Angelo Russell, Christian Wood, 2 first-round picks, one of Connect/Rui Hachimura. Allen is coming off of his 8th career season, and 4th as a member of the Cavaliers. In 77 regular season appearances last year, he averaged 16.5 points, 10.5 rebounds, 2.7 assists, and 1.1 blocks per game. He and Davis would make for a Lakers defense that's almost impassable, with both bigs capable of traveling the perimeter. As the Cavaliers continue investing in Evan Mobley, whose NBA future is at the center spot, maximizing on Allen's value feels inevitable. Pina's argument for the Lakers going all in is the defensive upside of an Allen/Davis frontcourt. Spacing issues aside, if the Lakers do this, they would immediately boast one of the 2 or 3 most menacing defenses in the Western Conference, Pina wrote on October 21. Allen is a mobile big who can switch along the perimeter and quickly slide from the weak side to contest shots at the rim. He also made the case that Davis is better than Mobley and could help maximize Allen's skill set. Next to Anthony Davis, one of the few big men alive who's a better defender than Mobley, and someone who doesn't want to spend the rest of his career banging around the paint, Allen could be incredible, with an offensive skill set that's nothing to sneeze at either, Pina continued. He's a lob-catching dunk machine who sets some of the firmest screens in the league. If there's anything not to like about an Allen/Davis frontcourt, it's the spacing. Neither big man shoots league average from behind the arc, which would hurt floor generals Austin Reeves and Gabe Vincent. Congestion in the half-court is a weakness almost always exposed in the playoffs. And that's assuming that Los Angeles makes it out of the gauntlet that is the Western Conference. They finished 47-35 last season, and 8th in the conference standings. Neither of Russell or the Lakers seem interested in continuing their partnership. Mock trade moves Kyle Kuzma to Lakers. The Lakers went out of their way this offseason to add efficient scorers. Especially, he is a consistent and reliable scorer from deep, although he has only averaged 20 points once in his career. The Lakers have plenty of options to help spread the floor. However, the Lakers could add a player who thrives on the interior. As the Washington Wizards try to get younger, the Lakers could send them future assets and sign Kyle Kuzma. Last year, on a terrible Wizards team, Kuzma averaged a career-high 22.2 points and grabbed 6.6 rebounds. He shot 33.6% from three-point range and 53% from inside the arc. Kuzma can play any forward position, so he can fit into the frontcourt or he can play as a power forward. The Wizards are looking to get younger and appear to value Kuzma as their best trade chip, so he wouldn't come cheap. However, the Lakers could put together an attractive package. He's just 22 years old and would fit well into Washington's rebuild. On defense, Kuzma is a downgrade compared to the Lakers players, but his offensive versatility would provide a much-needed boost to the Lakers' frontcourt. In an ideal world, the Lakers would be able to land a legitimate star to pair with him, but without much draft capital or cap space to work with, flexibility is not something the Lakers have an excess of. Kuzma has 3 more seasons left on his contract, so adding Kuzma would not alter any future plans underway with the Lakers. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Kyle Kuzma? Leave your opinion in the comments.